What is going on, guys? It's Yoji. Today I want to talk a bit about a different topic than I usually do, so not Path of Exile basically, because a lot of people have been asking me in the comments below basically every video that I recently made, "Wow, Yoji, you lost weight. How did you lose weight? Can you tell me about you losing weight? How much weight did you lose? You look skinny, you look fit, you look different." So I kind of wanted to address this in a video because that makes a lot more sense than answering every single comment and not having time for anything like making videos. Yeah, this video will be about that, and there are mainly three kind of topics I want to go through. First topic is, how do you say this, the whole, basically my whole story of like how much weight I lost. Maybe also like why I decided to do that, and yeah, just share like my story, like how long it took me and all that kind of stuff. Secondly, I want to talk about like eating and fitness and what role each of the two played with that. And lastly, a bit of like a mindset, kind of like motivation thing, like how I kept myself, to going to the gym, how I kept myself from eating too much, and to sticking to my diet plan that I made, kind of like all those things that I went through, and some ideas, things I learned during the process, and what kind of helped me stick to it and actually lose weight. So first of all, my whole story. I started about half a year before I started streaming, so that's like 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years now. I think it's like more like 2.5 years ago, I think. I don't actually know. I'm really bad with time. I barely know how old I am. But yeah, that's like roughly the whole thing. And when I like, the fattest I ever was 115 kilos. And if everything works in post-production, there should be a picture of me now, just a face picture, on the screen, like the almost fattest I looked. And that was before I started streaming, so I already started losing weight and became fitter before I started streaming. So you haven't seen me at my worst yet before I put that picture on the screen. That was 115 kilos. In freedom units, it's roughly twice as much pounds, like a little bit more even than that. And I'm 6'3" or 193 centimeters tall. So that's kind of like not super, oh my god, he can't fit through doors anymore, but it was like looking not looking good, like really chubby, fattish. I didn't like it. And I always have been fat. I always identified as the fat kid. I really always hated sports. I just ate whatever, never really thought about what I ate. I ate stuff I liked, obviously. Like lots of peanuts, I love peanuts. But they have tons of calories. But they have lots of protein. So depending on what you want to do with your body, it can be good to eat them, can be bad. Anything else? I have notes here, by the way. So yeah, my plans were to lose weight and to get fitter and stronger and just feel a little bit more healthy about myself. Not be exhausted when I walk up some stairs, stuff like that. So what I did, I started going to the gym regularly, like 2 to 3 times a week. But that's for just losing weight. That's completely optional. That was more like for the losing weight, for the fitness part. And I did that with my roommate back in the day. But once the flat share I lived in moved apart, and I moved like into my own flat, and he did as well. We kind of stopped going together. Also, as our schedules kind of shifted, and I started going alone, and that's still what I do now. And anything else I'm missing? When I started, yeah, that's basically like really it. And I lost that much. Now I weigh like 85-ish kilograms. I used to weigh a little bit less, but that was kind of like on accident because I had some like very minor surgery thing, but I wasn't allowed to like work out for a month. And during that month, I still ate my like low calorie diet, so I was like kind of like losing more weight. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't want to be that thin. And then now I'm kind of like putting on some extra weight, exercising more to get like back. Now I'm like roughly back at 85, kind of where I want to be. Currently I want to get more muscle and then I lose some weight again. Like basically, you get, once you get into the habit of like trying to like change how you look, you just do that stuff all the time. All right, so what did I actually do? That's probably the most important part. So first of all, after some time I had to realize weight loss is not made in the gym. It's not happening. Like you have to exercise, like for one Snickers bar, I don't know even how much calories that has, but you have to exercise like so freaking much to even be able to eat like one Snickers bar. You don't lose weight by just exercising. I mean, unless you exercise like all day, every day. Of course it helps to do that, but if you want to lose weight and you are overweight, what I learned, and I'm not an expert, I'm just telling like what I learned for myself, what worked for myself. I'm not an expert on any of this. I'm just sharing my story, just like as a disclaimer, because on this subject everyone is like an expert, and I'm not an expert. I just tell what worked for me. So I realized for myself, I lose weight by eating less, by like basically losing weight in the kitchen, not at the gym. That's kind of like what I learned. So I started to track how much calories I eat, and I kind of calculated. You can calculate your total daily energy expenditure, so how much energy your body uses with what you do per day. There are like sites for that, and it's like a good starting value to estimate roughly how much you should eat. It's not by any means accurate at all. It's just what you start with, and you adjust from there. You just need some value to start with, basically. So I'll just put a link below on the calculator that I used, and you just type in your like height, weight, how much you roughly exercise, and your age, and it will tell you like roughly how much your body uses in energy units. And then I started to track how much calories I eat. I used a MyFitnessPal, very popular app. You can use it on your phone, and there's also a website for it. You can type in random foods. You can like type in like KFC something, or like, I don't know, KFC chicken wing bucket, and then it will tell you how much calories that has. Or you can type in a really small burger, and it will tell you like how much a burger is, or what, like a bacon cheeseburger, and you can see how much that is. Or you can type in peanuts 500 grams, and it will tell you that. It's a pretty good app. It can also on the phone you can also scan barcodes of like most foods. At least like in the US and in Germany it does work well, I heard. I mean, in Germany I used it, and in the US I heard it works really well as well. I don't know how about other countries, but yeah, you can use that to like track your calories for each day, and then basically what you have to do is eat less calories than you use. And you do that for like 2 or 3 weeks. That's what I did. And then I looked at my weight, and if it was not going down, I would adjust my calorie intake to be a bit lower, because apparently my starting values were not that good. And when I started to lose weight, I aimed for about like 1 to 1.5 kilograms per week, more like 1 than 1.5, to be honest. 1 kilogram per week, what I aimed for. And especially in the beginning, it went way faster. But then after you lose that initial like chubbiness, then it starts to go slower. Also, as you build muscle, it kind of counters, because muscle is also puts on weight, so it kind of like evened out. I tried to like have a steady decrease in weight over time, and as long as that was achieved, I didn't change anything. And whenever I kind of like stagnated, I just chopped off like another 150 calories, and I just ate at like a small like 300-ish calorie deficit for a few months. And yeah, that was kind of good. Something I learned is that diet breaks are actually really good. Like after you ate at a deficit for like 2 or 3 months, just having like 3 to 5 days of eating normally. Like, no, I'm not saying like just go to freaking McD and eat all the burgers, but just eat like normally. Like have some like cheat meals, some meals that like work. Just do it, like plan it. Don't do it just because you feel like it. Just really plan it. And yeah, that really worked for me as well, because after that I started losing more weight again. Because my body kind of realized, that's what I read, the body kind of realized, oh, I'm not starving, I don't have to hold on to my fat, I can actually lose it because I'm not starving, there's enough food, I just decided to not eat it. Kind of like, that's kind of like the logic I feel. So that really showed an effect for me as well, so that worked really well. So yeah, but the whole TDEE calculation and then tracking calories is just a starting point, and once you have that established, and like after a while, there are 2 things that change after a while for me. The first thing was I kind of got used to the diet that I had, so I didn't feel as hungry anymore. Like the first 2 to 3 weeks were like hell. It was like I was hungry all the freaking time. I had to like really be careful, will myself through not eating more than I did, because I was used to eating like 800 calories more or so. Because I was still getting fatter at that time. Like I was actively gaining weight when I decided to start losing weight. So what I did was I kind of like just willed through that, and after 3 to 4 weeks, it became almost a non-effort, I would say. Because what happened is my body got used to it. It stopped like craving for calories and like for food because it was used to not getting that many, and it kind of like learned to manage, I guess. I don't know. I just like the hunger feeling became less. I mean, unless I actually forgot eating. Like if I don't eat my, let's say I was eating like 2,000 calories a day. If I went under that even, then of course my body would be like, hey, dude, you have to eat. I'm like, shit, I have to eat. Look at my calories. Oh yeah, I can still eat 500 calories. So that's like, I don't know, a schnitzel, and I eat a schnitzel, and that's cool. So yeah, it really becomes easy. And after, even after a longer while after that, I kind of like didn't have to track as much anymore. I didn't have to look at every single calorie. That's just like for the first like half a year or so. And after that, I kind of like got a feeling for like what most stuff that I usually eat, because most people eat like you have your favorite foods and you eat that all the time. You go to your favorite like food places, favorite bars, restaurants, whatever, and you have your favorite snacks ready, like the stuff you normally eat, right? And once you kind of know that, you can like add it up in your head and just like at the end of the day, just like hack it in and at some point I didn't even do that anymore, and I kind of know. Just from like remembering what I ate today, I kind of know how much calories or how many calories I ate, how much energy I took in. So you get used to all that stuff, but the beginning is a bit of an annoyance. But yeah, that's just no way around it. You just have to start somewhere. It's a bit annoying, but then it gets better. At least it did for me. Currently, I'm like almost not tracking, but I'm tracking my weight still. That's what I do. I like whenever I go to the gym, which is like 3 times a week, sometimes 4, sometimes 2. I always track my weight. That's pretty good, because I kind of like keep an eye on it. Alright, so for the third step, it's kind of like the mentality, the motivation. How do you keep motivated? That's what a lot of people ask. How do you keep motivated to go to the gym 3 times a week? Like, holy shit, I don't even have time for that. And that's like one whole big construct. The whole time thing, the whole motivation thing, it's all intertwined. Because if you really, really, really want it, you will do it. But you have to really want it. It's not just like, it would be kind of nice to be not overweight. It's just, I want to be overweight. I don't want to be overweight. I want to get rid of it. That's kind of like the mentality I developed. And I want to do something about it and remove my fat. That's something I decided. It stopped being just like, it would be nice to not be fat. And at some point it was just like, I have to not be, I want this. I want to change it. I did not only want the end result of not being fat, I also wanted the whole in between. I wanted to gradually work towards losing it. And that's something that really helped me. And the other thing is like, motivation comes and goes. Sometimes I feel really motivated. I'm like, I want to go to the gym. I want to beat my personal record. I want to bench press more than I ever did before. I want to like really power myself out at the gym. I want to really go for it. Or I'm like, yeah, today I can like I eat even like 300 calories less, so I can like because I'm really feeling it. I can like shave another 100 off and do like one week of like a stricter diet to like lose some more fat and become more skinny, whatever, like something, right? Sometimes you're really motivated, but that will go away. There will be weeks where you're just like, oh, gym again. Oh, weights, they're so heavy. So yeah, those will be there as well. And for those things, as a PoE player, you might know, there are things as a discipline. It doesn't only give you energy shield, but it will also allow you to not use motivation, but fucking discipline and just do it. That's basically that. I realized sometimes you just have to be like, what the fuck, do it. And the thing is, whenever I was like initially not wanting to go to the gym, and I still went, once I'm there, I will do the workout anyways. Maybe not as good, maybe not as motivated, maybe my numbers will not be as high, but at least I'm there, and at least I'm doing my workout. And after that, I will always be, I am happy I did it. I will always be happy. I will always be so happy with myself that I still went. But every time still, next time, my head will still be like, oh, you don't want to go to the gym. Although I actually should know, every time I go, I am happy about it afterwards. I'm always enjoying my workouts. There have been like 1 or 2 workouts, maybe in the whole tour and whatnot years, that I did not enjoy. But still my head tries to trick me every freaking time, because my head is freaking dumb. Freaking brain. Yeah, so just do it, is basically that. You know, for a strength build, you need an iron will. Like, that's PoE taught us everything we need to know about life. Strength needs iron will. Discipline, strong. See. So there's that. Another thing about that is like, I don't have time, is like another thing. And that's just not true, basically. Like, have you ever wondered why you always find time for the things you want to do and you like doing, and you never find time for the annoying stuff? Think about it. Like, you will always find time to watch your favorite show on Netflix. You will always find time to see your best friends every now and then. You will always find time for those things. That's because you prioritize them over the other things that you don't want to do. So you have to prioritize the stuff that you previously didn't want to do higher. So I prioritized going to the gym higher. I would only not go to the gym if I'm feeling sick, or if like some emergency occurred. I'm not talking about a friend showed up at my house with beer emergency. No, that's not an emergency, Yoji. That's not an emergency. It might be very important to you, but it's not an emergency. An emergency is something like my family member is in the hospital, something like that. So like actual emergencies. And even then I would only postpone it and not go. That's something I learned that I did. Alright, what else do I have here? Yeah, priorities, motivation, discipline, iron will gem, very important. Yeah, working out and going to the gym is not needed for weight loss at all. For me, it helped. For what I did, I kind of like tricked myself. I used the mind trick on myself. Because whenever I would not work out because of some like health reasons, I would feel it. It would feel for me, I don't know. It was harder for me to stick to my diet because the other way around, whenever I was working out, whenever I thought about not sticking to my diet, I was like, but you put so much work into all your workouts. If you don't even stick to your diet now, it was all wasted. So I kind of like tricked myself into sticking to my diet because I was working out. And that's why working out helped me so much, because it kind of like felt like if I didn't stick to my diet, the working out kind of like was all in vain. Which is of course not even true, because it still has beneficial effects even if you just keep eating normally. But if your goal is weight loss, or like my goal was weight loss, so it made sense to eat less, but you would also still like get stronger and whatever if you just work out and eat whatever. I mean, unless you already eat super little and you're super skinny and then you just work out, then you will not see that much of a benefit. But that's a completely different story, and I have no experience in that yet. Kind of like trying to gain some muscle now. Alright, so yeah, that did help me a lot. And yeah, that's kind of like the whole thing that I did. Prioritize working out, just like actually do it. Track calories, just stupid math diet. There's no like low carb that I did, no. I mean, this stuff all works for different people. For me, what worked, I'm a scientist. I need like clear numbers to stick to. Add a number, this is how much energy I use. If I eat less than that, I will lose weight. That's like freaking, what's that? Thermodynamics. That's something, as a scientist, for me, that works. Find something that works for you. I lift weights at the gym because I enjoy lifting weights. You can do whatever sports works for you, like whatever you like. It really doesn't matter. Just, that's an important thing. Workout routine, take something that works for you. If you're clueless, take something that's labeled beginner. Kind of like PoE builds. If you're new to the game, take a build that says easy beginner, noob, needs no gear, currency friendly. If you're a beginner to weightlifting, take something that says easy, noob friendly, beginner starting workout. And you just like, it will tell you like what to do, like baby steps. And then you just go from there. And at some point you will do all the cool fancy stuff that all the muscly dudes at the gym are doing, and maybe at some point you are one of those dudes. Maybe not if you don't want to be. Alright, I think I rambled on for enough. Last thing I have on my oh yeah, this one as well. Something that really helped me as well, kinda like sounds a bit cheesy, but Lifting Nerdbro actually, and his whole chat and like this community, mainly his Twitch chat community, kinda like was a huge motivator for me, because whenever I went there, and I felt like, oh, not going to the gym, I would just type into chat, oh, I really don't feel like going to the gym, and then people would like slap me around, basically be like, yo, go anyways, move your ass to the gym now, like, come on, you know you would feel like shit if you don't go, and I'm like, okay, yeah, and then it always worked like that. Whenever I felt like not going to the gym, I would go to Lifting's chat and say like, and just say it, and then people would be like, dude, go to the gym, come on. And also, like, in general, just as I kind of like use the community there as a reminder, because there are a lot of people there who enjoy working out because lifting does it so as well. And, of course, lifting himself as well. Always a huge motivator. Dude's a cool guy. So that really was kind of like something that also helped me, that was like part of the PoE community, which is kind of fun. So, yeah, that's kind of really it. That's all I did. Now you know my story, how I lost weight, and what I did to do it, and maybe you can learn something useful from it. Maybe it was just interesting for you. Definitely I don't have to answer all the questions anymore, I hope. Maybe it has become a meme. I don't know. Alright, if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe, but don't expect a fitness channel. This is not it. This is a gaming Path of Exile channel. If you game and you have never played Path of Exile, Google it. Until then, I'm Yoji, and I will see you at the gym.